Hey guys, I'm Angela and welcome back to Hobby Night and day 2 of Warhammer Fest 2021 online. Let's get right into the reveals.
Charadon festers. Worlds of mankind writhing beneath my touch. The Iron Planet stands alone, and it too shall rust. My victory is nigh. For the Corpse Emperor rallies his finest, and they will be found wanting. All shall become rot and despair. Decay comes for all, as is Nurgle's way. And when their night is darkest, and the shadows unfurl, I will take what is mine.
First up, the Book of Fire, the next book in the Warzone Charadon line of rules that they're coming out with that continues to follow Typhus as he tries to conquer Metallica and that whole section of the Imperium for Nurgle and himself and, all of that good chaosness. And it's a pretty interesting book. We have the thing that actually had me the most interested in this particular book is the fact that it's going to have the rules for Be'lakor, running him in 40k, which is awesome. But in addition to that, there is going to be what is called the Legion of Shadow, which is going to be a specific army build based around Be'lakor that allows you to combine Chaos Daemons and Chaos Space Marines, which is really cool because you don't have a lot of opportunity to do that right now. And I'm really excited to see what this is. Now, they're all going to be under Be'lakor's banner, so I think he has to be the warlord in order to run this legion. But with him, you're going to be able to get like a bunch of new specific warlord traits, some, I think, specific things for spending CP on stratagems. I couldn't remember that word for a second. So there's going to be a lot of stuff focused on that army in there, and that seems really awesome, especially if you're a big Chaos player. And I certainly have plenty of Chaos Demons and plenty of Chaos Space Marines laying around, so this gives me an opportunity to do something cool with them. And I did pick up Be'lakor. I was lucky enough to get a hold of one, so I could build this legion, and I'm very excited for it. But not only is that that's not the only thing that's going to be in this book. There's also going to be rules for the sisters. There's going to be rules for Chaos Space Marines, and of course, there's going to be some more rules for Admech, which is all very exciting as well. Not only did they announce the book, which was a little bit awkward because they actually moved past talking about the Warzone Charadon before actually talking about the terrain set that's supposed to go with it, but they wrapped back to it and we're getting a brand new terrain set to go with it. It seems pretty neat, honestly. I'm really tired of Imperium terrain still. Like, there are some cool pieces in this set. I especially like the plasma generator thing that seems to attach to all the pipes, which seem unnecessary because, my god, we all have tons and tons of pipes already from all the other terrain sets that they've made. But so there's some cool elements in it, but overall it's still just another Imperial set. And I want to see more Xeno or Chaos or like just something that's not just the Imperium of Man, because I think that'd be a little bit more interesting. And especially since we're sort of pushing, the Death Guard and Chaos with this book set, it'd be cool to see terrain for that. Like maybe something to go along with Be'lakor to tie his base into maybe some terrain features on the table or something. That would be a lot cooler to me. But let me know what you thought about the reveal down in the comments below. Hey guys, if you are enjoying this video, make sure to hit that like button and let me know about it down in the comments. If you haven't already and you're wanting more content, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon for notifications. And then if you want even more hobby goodness, make sure to follow me on Instagram or Twitter at hobby_night. Now, let's go ahead and get back to the video.
God Emperor, hear my prayer. As our worlds burn and our faith is tested, give us your strength. As our bodies break and our people falter, give us your fury. As our enemies fall and their works are cast down, give them your mercy. For they shall not have mine!
Are you ready for the representative of the High Lords of Terra in Morvenn Vahl, the High Abbess? She is pretty cool. I will admit, I love the idea of this model running with the Paragon Warsuits that we had already seen and they did talk about more in this preview. I love the idea of her running with them, leading them and everything, but like, I'm not sure if I feel the High Lord title is justified with this miniature. Like, don't get me wrong, she's definitely way more ornate than the other models that we've seen of this style with the Paragon Warsuits and everything. She's got a lot more inlaid detail work. She's got the candles on her shoulders and everything. It's like a really stunning model. But I just don't know if I fully feel like she's High Lord of Terra title worthy. That being said, I'm excited to get my hands on her because I want to see how she builds. I like the spear. I like the little touch of it being from a Custodes. It also explains the excessively ornate gold armor, unlike say what the Paragon Warsuits actually have, because they're trying to differentiate that and make her feel more elaborate and a little bit more like she's directly from Terra, being a High Lord. So I get those elements. I just wish they had actually pushed it more, because right now she feels very subdued in comparison to say some of the ornateness of, heck, even the banner that they showed us again. It just doesn't quite feel on the same level as some of the ornamentation that we've seen on some of the other sisters models. And considering she's their leader, you would think that she should be a little bit more grand. I don't know what I would do specifically to add that. I keep looking down at her model. That's why I'm glancing at my phone. But I don't know what I would do, but I feel like there's something more that's needed. Now, that's not the only new model that we got. We got a look at one other additional sister model that's coming out, and it's gonna be paired with Aestred, who is the banner lady that we saw previously. This is going to be a smaller character that has just an inquisitorial eye, sort of stave, and they're going to come as a set. So it's probably going to be like that Sisters and Harlequin set that came out a while ago. It's going to be one of those kind of special edition sets that they do, which is pretty neat. And again, that banner looks rad. Now, the only other new thing that Games Workshop actually revealed on this 40-minute live stream that they did was the Sister of Battle Codex, which is very, very cool. I was expecting that. I was actually expecting the Sister Codex on this day as opposed to the second day of Warhammer 40k, so nailed it on the head, totally called it. But I'm a little disappointed. I like the fact that we are getting the new Sister book. That is fantastic news because I wanted it. I like the news that the Miracle Dice have been tweaked and they don't function fully the same way, because personally, while I liked that addition of a rule because it made them unique and kind of interesting, I didn't fully enjoy the mechanic itself, so I'm very curious to see how this book is different, what exactly they've changed, and what they've added in, because they've added in a lot more abilities for not specifically psychic or anything like that, but like doing sort of like what chaplains do for Space Marines, where they can do, I can't remember the word, chants or something like that. Litanies, yes, litanies and stuff, so that they can like bless the sisters and give them buffs and that kind of thing. So there's going to be a bunch of new stuff in the book, as well as, you know, stuff we're all very familiar with and still love. But that's all they did. That's all they revealed. And I don't know. I don't know if it really felt it, because then they spent a bunch of time going over a bunch of the sisters models that we'd already seen, which, I mean, it's great to see them again. I love looking at the Paragon Warsuits. I like seeing the Banner Chick. I like seeing, oh, they did talk actually about the one other thing that they did have that was at least not new, but additional information is for the halberd lady, the Sanctorum, I believe it was, or I wrote it down. Sacresants. They are going to have two different builds. You're either going to be able to do the halberd, which I think personally is just my preferred look. We'll have to see what the actual rules for the two weapons are and how they actually function. But you can also do a large mace build, which is really cool. And so they showed those models off as well. But other than that, they showed like 3 new models, one of which we had already seen sort of already, because it's just the variation on a kit. And then one which was a single model that goes with another thing. And then our High Lord of Terra, which she's cool. But I don't know, it felt very lackluster, this final segment for the Warhammer 40k for day 2. Because in Age of Sigmar, what ended up happening is they ended up showing a bunch of new things. Like, they tried not to show too much that we hadn't already seen. Like, they did dip back into a little bit of stuff with some of the Slanesh models and the Wood Elf model that we had seen already, but they at least tied it in to Kragnos's like lore and stuff, and that's why they sort of brought it up. But this time, they really didn't seem to have a whole lot to talk about, and I find that interesting considering they're stretching the 40k day into 2 parts. I know obviously I mean, I don't actually know this because I don't think it's been revealed or anything, but I think it's pretty obvious that we're going to get orcs on the next day for 40k. And that's great. I'm actually very excited for that, because that should be a bunch of new models. We've seen very little of the Beast Snaga orc faction, so I'm expecting a whole lot of that on the next, on day 4, or day 5. I can't remember which now. But it just seems very weird that they spent this entire segment talking about mostly stuff that we already knew, or books, which are very cool, but like until fans can actually get their hands on them, just seeing the covers is kind of irrelevant and doesn't really feel super special or exciting or worthy of a live stream event. Now, I know this is in supplement of a con, and so of course they would be talking about these kinds of things anyways as part of press releases. It just, I don't know, it felt a little lackluster to me. Let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below of this day's reveals, because I'm not fully sure how I'm feeling it. Yeah, let me know what you think. Well, that has been it for day 2. Like I said earlier, it's pretty lackluster, but I'm looking forward to tomorrow. It's Black Library, which is going to be interesting because they did actually say they were going to be revealing some miniatures, which I'm expecting to see a bunch of character models because of that. Simply because normally when they do miniatures tied to the Black Library collections, they almost are always, you know, single figures or like those 2-packs that you sometimes see that they come out with and everything. So I'm going to be curious to see what we're going to get. And I'm going to be like, I think we're definitely going to get some 40k stuff because they implied that in the show today. I'm assuming obviously we'll get some Age of Sigmar stuff as well. But I'm curious if we're gonna be getting maybe Horus Heresy models in a reveal for tomorrow, because that would be kind of cool. And since, you know, Horus Heresy is tied mostly in Black Library or Forge World, like that would be a way for them to do some reveals for that without having to call out like a Forge World specific day, which may be even more limited than say what Black Library ends up being. But it'll be interesting to see it, so I'm going to be checking back with it tomorrow. I hope you guys will follow me along with it. I've been Angela, you've been watching Hobby Night, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys, thanks for watching.